Hello and welcome to Music with Mason. My name is Mason Fall. I'm here joined with the punk pop band from Iowa City, but originally from Florida. We've got Rational Anthem.
Was I right to let myself sink so far down?
How are you guys doing today?
Yo, we're good, man. How are you doing?
Hello.
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so glad I got you guys on the show today. Just to start it off, you guys will be playing at the 3rd annual Fanarchy Fest in April, and you guys are also known for your songs Unimaginary Girlfriend and Welcome to Paradise City. So,
yeah, we're super excited to get down to that festival this year. Our buddy Bobby has been putting it on for a handful of years and has been trying to get us down there ever since he started it, so we're finally making it happen.
right. So, just to start off, like, the questions I have for you guys, I just found out you two are siblings.
We are. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
You know, like, I don't know how many, Billie Eilish and her brother are, brother and sister, but you two being in the punk rock band and you just happen to love punk rock and punk pop music, just how does it flow well together knowing you two are siblings?
We kind of have the Oasis vibes where we just fight a lot and then hug it out.
And I don't even really think that we fight that much. And about the whole sibling thing, we're really just taking our parents' word for it. I have not seen any actual genetic proof.
We look
we
nothing
are
alike.
related, but
Right.
I believe we are.
But
We've lived together.
you'd say at heart your siblings, like your family?
Yeah.
It's not been proven, but I believe it is true.
No. Yeah, we are biological siblings.
All right.
Yes.
So, all right.
But yeah, he was into punk rock and all this before I am. He's 4 years older than me, and he kind of got me started in on it, giving me my first couple of punk CDs and all that in the early 90s.
I wonder which ones those were.
You gave me Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
now that we're talking about this, like, your brother got you into punk rock. How exactly, Pete, did you get into the music category of punk rock, and how did you know this, for you two, this is what you wanted to do?
I got into punk music through skateboarding. As a skateboarder growing up, in the different skate videos my friends and I would watch, we would always roll to the credits at the end. These were on VHS tapes in the early and mid 90s. And all the music in it, we would go and search out those bands and then listen to them. So it was really all kinds of music, from classic rock to West Coast and East Coast hip hop and skate punk, pop punk, to even radio standards. So really, skateboarding was the gateway to all of the music I listened to in my youth.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And well, could you list some of the bands that really dragged you into this like punk rock, hardcore punk pop like section of music? Like, could you name a few bands that really inspired you to get into that kind of category?
Yeah, the first bands that I heard were NoFX, Bad Religion, Strung Out, Millen Collins, and then even bands like from the alternative, what up, Zach? Era. Hey-o. Zach is now in the building.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
And then also, in addition to skateboarding, I grew up in a time where we still found out about music through the radio and through MTV. And I remember hearing Damn It by Blink-182 for the first time on the FM radio on the school bus on the way to school. And so, I heard then some of the more popular bands through MTV. I got into Alice in Chains, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Smashing Pumpkins, things of that nature. But all the punk stuff was predominantly through skateboarding.
Yeah, for sure. And well, now that we have Zach here, so for Zach, how did you get into punk rock music?
Shit. It's Blink-182.
Right
Like,
on.
I remember I used to get the the now. That's what I call totally hit. And I got now 3. And
Right?
it had What's the Age Again on it. So I was like,
Nice.
ah, shit, hell yeah.
That's a solid record.
Right. Hell yeah. So we know about the backstory between Noel and Pete. How did you guys meet Zach, and how did he become a part of your band?
I met Zach through mutual friends and old bands that he had played with, and we ended up playing shows together and just becoming friends that way. And when our bass player left and moved back to Florida right after COVID, I knew Zach played guitar. He's a killer drummer. I figured he could play bass too, so I hit him up and asked if he wanted to do the project.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And here it is.
Cool. All right. So I also wanted to discuss, like, you guys are not from Iowa. You are originally from Florida. What was it like, and why exactly did you pick Iowa as your destination?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Well, actually, originally, Pete and I here are from northern Wisconsin, and I had started the band up there with a whole other crew of people, and we were called a different name. And then I moved back to Florida where Pete was living in the early 2000s, and then I decided to get a new name. Other people, we had my buddy Chris Hembro, who really developed the band with me and came up with the name, and initially started writing all the songs with me. And then a handful of years later, Pete joined the band. And then touring in Florida is very tough. Like, you have, Miami, Tampa, Orlando. There's not a whole lot of places to play. And getting out of the state takes about 10 hours. And then you're just in southern Georgia. So we knew that, like, the Midwest was really great for touring and pop punk and everything else. So we were just like, fuck it, let's move to the Midwest.
Yeah.
And initially we had planned on moving to Chicago because that's where a lot of our family is from. But at the time we were on a little label called Bloated Cat, and we were super good homies with them. And they just kind of convinced us to move to Iowa. There's less competition here. It's more centrally located, easier to get around, and it's cheaper. So we were just kind of like, fuck it, go to Iowa.
That is for sure. And what can you say, like, for each of you is your review on Iowa? Like, I know it's not the most popular state in America, but
You're right.
it kind of feels like home if you're like a hometown, like state grown up Iowa kid. But from your perspective, you've already moved from Wisconsin to Florida, but now you're here in Iowa. What can you say about it?
I love it here. It's like a hidden little gem. You would never think to go hang out in Iowa, It's just this tiny little Midwestern corn state, but
It's
rad.
beautiful.
It's
The
super
hiking
cool.
there is awesome, and the people are really kind.
Yeah, it's a little college town. There's tons of awesome bars and restaurants, and yeah, Pete's an outdoorsy guy. He likes to hike, and there's lots of good stuff for that. But Zach here, you're born and raised here in Iowa. Right?
I was born and raised. Never left. Haven't left.
Yeah, for sure.
People say forever.
But yeah,
Yeah.
the weather here is not very, very scheduled. It can be cold tomorrow, and it can be really boiling hot in 2 days from now. So
Yeah, it's
it's
insane.
definitely takes a toll on you.
We're built for everything here in Iowa.
Definitely different than Florida.
Oh
that's
yeah.
for sure.
So
I do miss the beach though, but I love the Midwest.
oh yeah, it might have a lot of corn, but it still feels like home. So something that I noticed on your Instagram recently is that you posted yourself in front of the Jolly Green Giant statue, which is located
Yeah.
in Minnesota. Why did you visit that statue? And like, what were you doing in that state?
I think I was on the way up to Minnesota for a Tightwire thing, and I always look at this website called Roadside America, where they just have weird things to go and see on the side of the road. And I
Uh-huh.
saw the Jolly Green Giants. I was like, yeah, all right, I'll go look at that.
Right on.
That's probably it.
I'm looking for it. I see it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a whole museum there of Jolly Green Giant memorabilia and stuff. But I don't know. I just find weird shit on the internet and then just go look at it.
Epic.
Hell yeah. Hell
You know
yeah.
this place, Blue Earth?
Blue Earth, Iowa.
Blue Earth, Minnesota.
Or Minnesota.
Yeah.
Boy, that Jolly Giant is a giant.
He's giant.
When he's jolly and he's green.
Oh, it's big.
Yeah.
So, one of the concerts that really stuck out to me when I was looking through your Instagram and Facebook is you guys attended Punk Rock Barbecue of 2022, and you were with a really crazy lineup. You guys got to play with Direct Hit, Raging Nathans, and even the Scabby Ghouls. What was the experience like, and how did you guys get an invitation to be a part of that lineup?
I think the promoter asked us, who's a friend of ours, and he's always been really cool about putting us on awesome shows.
Yeah, Lucas from Blackheart Booking.
Shout out to Lucas.
Oh.
And that was a fun show. It was outside. They had a hot dog eating contest, and I think there was a kid with a mohawk who won. And that was it. Was something about the drinkery? It's Dr.
Yeah,
Dan.
Dr. Jack Jinkery.
Drinkery something. It was a cool venue, and they were hospitable. The sound was good. It was outside. I had a great time.
Fun. And we've been friends with all the kids in Direct Hit for a long time, so I was awesome getting to hang out with them. Mikey Yerd played. Yeah, it was just super rad all around. I'm glad we got asked to play that.
And they made an announcement before karaoke at the end of the night. Someone dropped their speed loader full of revolver, I guess, and they were trying to find its way back to the owners. So I hope that whoever dropped their 5 or 6 bullets got them back.
Yeah. So, another thing that I found on your Instagram profile, you visited a Chicago Bulls game and Blink-182 was there?
Oh, yeah, Zach and I went to that. It was just Blink was playing, and it was at the United Center where the Bulls play. So they had all the trophies set up there. So we got to see that.
Tom's back.
Yeah, Tom's back, baby. That's so awesome.
But yeah, you guys have been touring so many places. Something that I found when you were on another interview, you guys mentioned a record label called Anti-Flag Records.
Or AF Records.
AF
yeah.
Records. What is AF Records?
God.
Yeah, they're done.
They're done?
AF Records was Anti-Flag's record label.
And they dissolved, and so we are not on a label currently, but we are, I would say, halfway done writing a new record. So we're going to figure out a different label to put out the upcoming Rational Anthem album on.
Yeah.
Right on. And another thing that I found on your Instagram is for Pete, you started off, there's a baby picture of you playing on a Smurf drum set.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Is that drum set still in your possession?
No, I wish. That was, I don't even know where it is. I've got our band's Instagram pulled up on my phone. But both Noel and I, our grandfathers play the drums, and our dad is a drummer. So I've been playing the drums, for as long as I can remember. And that was my first kit that was given to me when I was, I think, 2 or 3 years old. I was in that picture. And that was a plastic Smurf kit.
Hey, man.
I wish I still had it.
You were.
Yeah, our dad got us started playing music very early on. So I had plastic guitars and all that, too.
Wow. So musicians from day one, pretty much.
Yeah.
So,
Count 4.
So for Noel, I've understood that you are actually a part of another band called Tightwire. And
yeah.
something that I really found fascinating was that you got to play alongside a teenage Bottle Rocket.
We did, yeah. We've done a handful of tours with those guys.
So how did you get in touch, and how did you manage to, find a few tours to go along with Teenage Bottle Rocket? Because
I've been buds with all the guys in Tightwire for years before they even called Tightwire. And then they kind of blew up on Red Scare. They got picked up by them, put out a record that was super awesome. I was a fan of it. And then their guitar player, Paul, decided to step back, and their bass player Tane hit me up and asked if I wanted to fill in for a couple shows, and then I just kept filling in. So now I'm permanently filling in.
Wow. Because if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
one of their best hits was called "Skate or Die." Am I right?
Oh yeah, that's an awesome song.
Yeah, my dad loved that song. I'm pretty sure he played the game that Teenage Bottle Rocket was like the cover for, like the start menu screen.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I have that game on NES.
you
still.
do.
Yeah.
Wow. So
That is a great song, but I'm going to just interject and say my favorite TBR album, I think, will always be Warning Device.
Warning Device is rad.
wow, that is
being
incredible.
on Red there, Toby that runs that hooked us up with Teenage Bottle Rocket. They need somebody to, go on tour with them, open up, warm up that crowd for them, and
Warm it up.
he signed us up for it. So I just kind of went along for the ride.
Man. And this is something really interesting that I also found. Your merch man Ethan, did he do guest vocals with you?
For one show he did, while we were still in between bases, I had my buddy Rob Melville, shout out buddy,
Robbie,
he was filling in on bass for us, trying him out. And then I had Ethan come up on stage to sing some backup vocals with me just for fun. Like, we're just in that limbo stage. I was like, fuck it, man. Like, get up here and sing with us.
I was at that show.
Yeah,
I attended that
Zach
show.
was there.
There's a photo.
That was after I had already asked Zach to be in the band. And he's like, well, I don't know.
I was still brokenhearted from my old band breaking up. I was like, I don't know if I
Fucking
can jump in again.
I don't know if I'm ready for a serious band.
Wow.
They got me.
And something else that I noticed is that he's donning a Francine 469 t-shirt in the post you made. What is the deal behind that design?
I have no idea.
You have no
I know
idea?
he flips a lot of t-shirts and he finds some really awesome shit, but I have no idea what that shirt is.
Wow. It just happens to be there. I really hope I dig deeper and find the meaning of that. But for now,
Oh yeah,
it's
hit him up, man. He'll tell you.
Oh man. But you guys have played at a lot of the bands and artists that I have on the show really like the venue Gabe's. And could you tell us, like, what is your like review on Gabe's? Like, out of 5, like, what can you say about Gabe's?
It's a shithole, and I love it. Now that's home base for us. I actually bartended there. I've been working there for almost 10 years, and they just let me book shows there whenever I want. So 90% of the time we'll be playing at Gabe's. But that's an awesome venue. Everybody that works there is super rad. The sound lady, Crystal, she's super awesome, knows her shit, knows how to dial it in perfectly. Yeah, I fucking love that bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gabe's like where all the cool shows happen in Iowa for the most part. And like when I was in high school, I grew up in the Quad Cities, about an hour east of Iowa City, and I would drive on up to Iowa City to see like the cool shows at Gabe's, like fucking Spitalfield from Chicago, and from first to last, like hardcore shows.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's awesome. And this is a very different question. I'm just spurting out random questions at you. I'm sorry about that.
Oh yeah.
But something that really caught my eye on your Instagram reel was someone designed your fest tour of 2017. It was Marge Simpson, and in her hair was all of the tour spots you were going to. Could you tell me, if you know at all, who designed that for you?
I actually did that.
Really? Because I love that. That is hilarious.
I had just been like watching a ton of Simpsons at the time and thought that would be a funny thing for a tour poster. So I just like Photoshop that together. And by Photoshop, I use MSN Paint 98 still because I don't know how to use technology very well. But yeah, use that on Paint and fix her up.
Technology's fake anyways, and we don't need it.
It's not real.
Well, now that I'm looking at some of your older shows, you guys actually got to play with Bad Cop in 2016.
Oh yeah.
What was the experience like for like just running alongside Bad Cop?
Oh, they're awesome. We've been friends with them for a handful of years now. Played a bunch of shows with them. They're just a solid group of chicks. We love them.
My first show was with Rational, was with Bad Cop. And
That's right, yeah. That's the first show ever playing bass on stage.
Dude, I ate a burrito that night from Burrito Envy, and I don't like to be really full before we play, so I'd actually prefer to be a little hungry. And then after we played, I walked down the road, I got a burrito. They had 4 hot sauces, levels 1 to 4.
Wow.
And I got level 1, and it was not hot. It was very mild. It was delicious. So then later in the night, before we leave, hold on, Noel's telling me to wrap it up. Never mind. I'm not going to finish the story.
No. Please finish this story. I want to hear about your burrito.
Okay, so before we left, I got the burrito and I got the 4 hottest hot sauce, and it was so hot that I felt like I had heartburn and gas immediately. So since I was already committed, the hot sauce had already entered my body. I finished it and ate it. So if you're in Omaha, go to Burrito Envy and get the level 4 hot sauce. You will not regret it.
Okay. That actually sounds really nice, and I'm actually kind of hungry myself. But yeah.
Yeah, Bad Cop's awesome. We love this guys.
So you guys have played at so many different places, and you've gone to so many different venues. Has anything really like crazy happened at one of your shows that really stuck in your mind that you always think about every now and then whenever you're like about to start a show? Like something that just really came out of nowhere at a show for you guys?
At a show, I mean, shit, we've had so many weird and crazy things happen on tour. We played a house show once in San Francisco, and after the show, there was just like house party, and then when we all decided to go to sleep, our buddy Servo, who runs Bloated Cat, was like sleeping on the futon, and this weird dude like he slipped into bed next to him and started like rubbing up on him, and then when he like stood up and be like, "What the fuck?" The guy rolled over and was like playing possum, like, "Oh, I don't know what happened." And then eventually, like, we kicked him out of the room, but he came back with just like a bag of cat litter and just threw it on everybody. Like, he flipped on the lights really quick, so Servo like sat up and opened his eyes right as this missile of cat litter was shot into his face.
Wow. That's really fun.
That was
That's
I think about that every now and again. That was probably one of the craziest house shows we played.
Wow.
Something happened.
You know, I really did not know this, but back in 2015, you guys played in Italy.
We did.
So how is this like the only time you played outside of the U.S., or have there been other shows outside of the U.S.?
For Rational, it's been the only time. I've done other tours outside Canada and other shows in Europe, but for Rational, that was the only one.
Wow. So what was it like touring in Italy? Because I don't think that's very common with a lot of, you know, not to sound like, oh, you guys are Midwestern, but just American bands that, you know, don't get as much attention as you guys deserve. You guys got to play in Italy. So what was the experience like?
Oh, it's awesome. They have like the best food. I can't remember the venue that we played, but it was in Carpi, Italy. Our friend Sarah let us crash at her place and kind of help set up the show for us. But like the owner and everybody at this little restaurant venue that we played were so amazing and welcoming and just fed us an insane amount of food. And yeah, it's just a beautiful country to drive through.
I think it was called Zaza Bar,
Zaza Bar?
if my memory serves me right.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
Hopefully we're going to get back over there eventually. But I know like a lot of smaller bands like us, they've been all been over Europe a bunch of times, Italy and Germany and all over.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
but
Europe's awesome.
but
We
yeah.
did a 2-month-long tour over there.
It was over a month.
It was over a month. Back in like the winter of 2015.
Right. Okay.
It was awesome.
So I have, well, unfortunately, I should mention this. Unfortunately, we're down to our final 4 questions for you guys.
Okay.
So for my first one, you guys have traveled not just around America, but you guys actually travel outside of the U.S. to Europe. What is your favorite state, country, or venue you've played in?
Ooh. I mean, in Europe, I love Innsbruck, Austria. It's just a beautiful city. The food's amazing. The show is super rad. What do you think, Pete?
Black Heart in Camden Town in London is a sick venue, and we played with Wonk Unit that are probably the best band out right now in existence.
They're amazing.
That was incredible. But Book Your Ain in Scotland is really cool.
Yeah.
I think that was in Aberdeen, Scotland,
Mhm.
if I'm
Yeah.
remembering that right.
Right on.
I love Milwaukee. That's one of my favorite towns to play in.
Milwaukee.
It's always a good time.
Kind of, hey.
Yeah.
Bremen Cafe.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I always love playing Chicago. You can't go wrong with that.
Okay. Yeah, Chicago. You gotta love Chicago. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
people only see the bad side of Chicago. They need to see the good side of Chicago. It's great over there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just like Iowa, give it a chance, people. You haven't even been to it yet. We know we don't have a lot, but we have something.
Exactly.
But-
I was surprised with that.
So, for our second question here for you guys, for each of you, if you could have one final meal before you pass away, what would it be?
Taco pizza
Mm.
from Casey's or Happy Joe's.
Yeah, I'll go with the Taco Bell number 7 with chips and cheese, fiesta potatoes, Baja Blast.
And
What do you think, Pete?
there's so many ways I want to answer this question,
I know, so many.
but I'm going to go with a Dave's triple from Wendy's.
Ooh,
Oh boy.
getting that frosty on the side. Don't worry about your health. You're gonna kick the bucket.
Oh man. If
It's fast, man.
this is such a great change of pace from what I had to deal with Strange News. One of their guys said human flesh, and I was very concerned. But I'm so glad we got
I mean,
some American answers.
if I had to, like, my girlfriend and I just watched the rugby plane crash movie, and like, if I
Oh
was in
my
that
God.
situation, of course, like, I would try.
Oh
to get
man.
out of my way to, I prefer Taco Bell. But if I had to,
Do we know
I
we're
would
going
do
to
it.
die?
Day 2.
how are we dying for our last meal? Are we stranded?
Okay, so it's very calm, like once you fall asleep, that's it. So
Oh, so, but
you get a whole day to yourself.
Okay, so this isn't like a life or death scenario. We're just like,
Right.
hey,
Like
what am I?
like you have, I don't know, as much money as you want, and you can order as much as you want. Like, it's your final meal. You get to order whatever you want.
give me the Nurserat Salt Bay gold-plated tomahawk ribeye.
Oh man,
Go
You
right
ribeye, I
ahead.
want it- yeah.
Hey,
I want
man.
it.
Yeah.
I want Jeff to bring it to me with Peter Thiel and Elon Musk.
Well, now
Yeah,
hold on. We didn't say you could pay people to show up. Hold on. I'm just kidding. But
You never said there were rules
okay.
for dying.
That was my mistake. Unless, I mean, hey, if Elon Musk shows up in less than 24 hours to eat dinner with you, I'd be very impressed. But Yeah.
I'll call him and see what's up.
Okay.
I had a friend say that she got too drunk at the bar, so she had her Tesla like drive her home for her, so she wouldn't get a DUI.
Wow, that's freaky.
Dude,
Wow.
technology on the top.
The future
Yeah,
of America.
The future's Taco Bell.
So we have
What are you
our.
gonna,
I'm sorry.
what are you gonna eat?
What am
What's
I
your
gonna
last
eat?
meal? Yeah.
Hey, I answered this in my my thank you video, but things have changed. So this is, I mean, if I had to change my answer, I immediately went with buffalo wings and fried dill pickles last time. I'm gonna keep the buffalo wings, but I'm gonna add a nice bowl of Vietnamese pho. It's super good.
Nice.
I love pho. It's. I thought I would hate it. I thought it was gonna be like normal American soup. It's something else, and I love pho.
Dude. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. So we are down to our third question for you guys before we end this off. What is the future of Rational Anthem? Are we going to be seeing more tour dates? Are we going to be seeing another album come out? Are we going to be seeing more merchandise on the table? What are we going to be seeing?
All of the above.
Yeah, all of it. And then maybe even more.
All of it and more. Yeah, we got a handful of songs. I think we're about ready to start demoing and reworking. We just got a bunch of new merch made. And hell yeah, once we put out this record, we're going to tour the shit out of it.
Hell yeah.
So we'll get back over to Italy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully I'll get a signed T-shirt that says Rational Anthem on it, and it'll be sent to my dorm.
Have that.
I think
Oh.
I know a guy that can hit.
Oh, send him my way, okay? I need a Rational Anthem T-shirt. But
Hell yeah.
we are finally down to our final question for you guys. I just want to thank you ahead of time. This has been a really great interview so far, and I'm really glad you guys made it today.
Thanks for hitting us up, man.
So, we have asked every single band and artist on the show this exact question at the very end. What would you tell the young and aspiring musicians who really need the inspiration and motivation to go on stage and do what they love?
I totally zoned out and missed that question. You want to do something really well and give inspiration and advice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say just fucking do it.
Double down on your strengths and find one person that's going to write all your songs. Get your Ronnie James Dio, your Rivers Cuomo, I don't know, insert great songwriter here, and then just have them write the record and then play it.
That's definitely the easiest route. Yeah, man, just fucking do it. Just try to above that. Let's fucking
Do it!
fucking do it.
Do it! Bring it to it! Come on!
Don't quit your day job. Set your goals low so you're not disappointed, and just fucking do it.
And have
Never
fun.
stop.
That's all. Don't stop.
And
I
never
fucking
stop.
Started playing shit, and then just kept trucking, and here we are.
And there's so much good information for free on YouTube if you want to learn how to play an instrument or just start playing your instrument in a way that maybe is outside of the box in terms of your thinking, and it'll make you a better player. But yeah, find the people that you want to play with and the music you want to play, and just start recording it yourself. I think that would be the most fun way to go about it. As long as you just gotta have fun.
Yeah. Fun's key. Start a SoundCloud. Get famous on TikTok. And that's pretty much it. That's what we're going to try to do. We'll make a TikTok eventually.
Yeah, but above all, just have fun, you know? Do what you want to do. Don't make it work.
Yeah.
No, make it work.
Too short.
Make it fun and then turn it into work.
Make
Too short so you
it a 9-to-5 job that you can't stop doing.
Exactly.
And don't get paid. That's exactly the least thing you want.
You're definitely not going to get paid.
It's for passion, okay? It's for art. But
Exactly.
thank you guys so much for being here today. I had a great time talking with you guys, And before we end it off here, where can we find your music and where can we find your social media?
That's, you're the social media guy.
Oh yeah, at Rational Anthem.
We got Rational Anthem on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes Music, YouTube,
And soon to be TikTok.
and soon to be TikTok. We have a TikTok
Do we really?
profile.
Oh, we're going to start
Right.
doing that. That would be more fun than trying to get the Instagram
I'm-
updated.
I'm already bad at updating our Instagram. TikTok's gonna be a nightmare.
We'll
We'll do it eventually.
You
Oh,
watch how Josh Gold make videos for the Racing Nation.
We'll get
But yeah,
everyone on it.
I'll make sure everyone listening right now goes checks that out because it'll be in the description. So make sure everyone listens in on it. So they'll have to check you out.
Thank you.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here today. I had a great time. You guys are awesome. I am so glad I got you on the show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
We will see you next time.
definitely.
And that will be today's episode of Music with Mason. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video. And when you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell while you're at it so you are notified every time I upload an interview onto my channel. Just make sure you do that. Rational Anthem, punk pop, super crazy, knows what they're doing. You gotta love them. I cannot believe I got them on my show today. This was interview number 2 of 4, hopefully, that I will be uploading to my YouTube channel before I hit it off for spring break and enjoy myself in the sunny beaches of Naples, Florida, with my best friend. Thank you so much. And if you love this interview, please make sure you go ahead and check out my other interviews because we have a bunch more, and we have more coming your way, so don't go anywhere. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you later.